Welcome back for Module 7, seeing the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So, obviously, you're driving Uber to make money. So, this is kind of a leprechaun theme video or whatnot, talking about the whole pot of gold at the end of the proverbial rainbow. So, learning to now, you should have an understanding of what being an Uber partner feels like and the different options it provides. You should be able to decide or, have the ability to choose the appropriate car for your type of business or clientele that you want to do out of Uber. You should understand the importance of depreciation and the difference between making money and profit. So in this particular module, I want to talk about developing your money plan and strategy for Uber. So now we're going to discuss how to ensure that Uber partner can earn as much money as possible within a given market area, market demographic, by developing a money plan. This strategy will help Uber partners maximize their earning potential. So Uber operates off of what they call a dynamic pricing model. So demand for drivers goes up when supply of available drivers to take fares goes down. So the more people on the road, guess what? The less you earn. The fewer people on the road, the more you earn. So basic supply and demand, basic economics. So continue right along on developing a money plan. So oftentimes clients use other services such as a regular taxi or a town car simply because they can get a better deal than they could using Uber. Now this is always the case in all cities. This depends on what the taxi fare, a cab fare, town car fare is in a given city and what the Uber fare is in a given city. When Uber first came out, Uber was significantly lower than your average taxi. Now, not so much, not as much. So Uber's not as cheap, especially if they do a price surge. So drivers think of price surging with Uber. So the business owner who's already paid for an employee to perform, then by paying overtime rates will spend more money for a product or service than it's actually worth. Okay, so when it comes to searching for price surges as an Uber partner, partners must think like a small business owner. Okay, is immediate gratification of a higher wage worth alienating or causing a customer base to become disgruntled? I talked about this in the previous lesson. That during price surges, people typically are a little more severe in their rating of you as an Uber driver. Now, if you're ultra professional, maybe this won't affect you as much. If you have little quirks, okay, this might have a dramatic impact on your business. So one crucial way of finding the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is to learn the rhythm of the city that you're driving in. So I talked about this research component. I cannot emphasize it enough. So it's highly suggested before signing up for Uber partner that you become more familiar with the area as a driver rather than a citizen. Okay, so basically meaning that you should research your city. So you should have a good understanding about your city. If you're new to a city, then drive around. Learn the areas, learn the hot spots, learn the nights of the week that are popular, and really have a good understanding of everything that the city has to offer, because you're also somewhat a concierge. So if someone comes from out of town and they want to know where they can go get an amazing taco in Austin, okay, you can tell them, oh, you need to go off of 6th Street. There's this little taco place called, I don't know, 6th Street Tacos. Okay, so that will have an impact on the rapport that you're able to establish with your riders. But aside from that, just logistically speaking, you should research your city. You should know the favorite activities on the weekends that are done in your city. For example, in Austin, a lot of people go to the rivers. They like to go swimming and that kind of thing. They like to go running. They like to see the bats. They like to go hang out on 6th Street, etc., etc. So you should understand the favorite activities of the city. You should also, okay, and I cannot elaborate on this enough, to avoid the mental anguish and emotional distress. Okay, you should understand the exact time of the morning rush hour, when it starts and when it ends. Also, when people are leaving work, you should understand those two times. Work around those times. Also, the time when people, when the lunch hour starts, okay, and when the evening hour starts and ends. So what time do people get off work in your city? the daily commute, when people are heading home, what time does that begin? What time does that end? So, rush hour type traffic. You should have a good pulse on those. You should also identify where the biggest traffic problems are located in your city and try to avoid those areas. Nothing sucks like Uber, sending you to a ride and you get stuck in traffic. So what's going to happen is that when you arrive, the person may cancel the ride and then get back on the app and hire someone that's closer. So you spent 20 minutes driving across town, you spent 20 minutes stuck in traffic trying to get around the corner, and you get there and the Uber pickup is gone and now they've hired another driver. Okay, that really sucks. Okay. Another issue is that you should understand, and this goes back to, I think, video 2, what shifts would be the most profitable for you as an Uber driver. So all your research should include these different facets: traffic, the hangout spots, where the traffic problems are, where the bottlenecks occur, when they begin, when they end. Also, what shifts are most profitable? Is it AM? Is it PM? Is it early AM? Is it late PM? Etc., etc. So the actual trick to making money as an Uber partner is really driving on a consistent basis. So the work when you want to sentiment is nice, but if there are no rides when someone wants to drive, then what good does it do? So yes, you can work whenever you want to. You can work at 2:15 a.m. on Tuesday nights, or Tuesday mornings, or Wednesday mornings. But if there's no pickups there, the whole sentiment does not apply. So the Uber partner provides flexibility when it comes to making money, yes, but just because that flexibility is not guaranteed that you're going to make a huge amount of profit in that particular time. So hopefully you have a clear understanding about how to get from point A to point B, following a rainbow, and hopefully finding gold and making more profit from your Uber efforts. So in our next video, we'll be discussing about appreciating the rigors of the road. We'll give you some tactics and tips on dealing with driving, because driving can be a pretty stressful thing. See you in our next video. Until next time, peace.